Hello everyone. Let's get ready to bake a traditional Spanish dessert called Tocino del Cielo. The history of the dessert goes back to the year 1324 when Spanish nuns used donated eggs to make a delicious flame-like dessert. In the year 1527, the conquistadors arrived in Peru, bringing with them, among other traditions, the Tocino del Cielo dessert. Arequipa, where I was born, was one of the cities in the Spanish colonies to adopt the dessert and modify it, adding shredded coconut for a crunchy finish. Now that we have an idea of where the recipe came from and its influence in Latin America, let's bake it. The following is my grandma's recipe. But first, if this is your first time baking, please make sure to gather all the tools and ingredients, which I recommend measuring out and setting aside for later use. Ingredients. For the mixture, we will need 2 eggs, 1 can of condensed milk, 3/4 of a can of evaporated milk, 1.5 cups of sweetened coconut. For the caramel, we will need 5 tablespoons of sugar. Mix all the ingredients in a bowl, but spare the sugar for the next step. For the caramel, let's start with the sugar. At low heat, melt the sugar, making sure to turn the mold often so as to not burn or smoke the sugar. After 2 minutes, all the sugar should be liquid and have a nice brown hue. Pour the mixture into the same mold where the sugar was melted. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Prepare a water bath while preheating the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Boil 2 to 3 cups of water and pour it into an aluminum tray. Place the mold in the tray with boiling water. You'll hear the caramel crackle. Then put it into the oven for about an hour or so until golden brown. To unmold, first remove from the oven and let it cool for 30 minutes. Then use a spatula to unstick the edges from the mold. Lastly, bring back to low heat and while turning the mold, warm it up for about 2 minutes. Flip it over and enjoy. To summarize, the following video shows the process in rapid motion. Recall that in our recipe we add 2 eggs, 1 can of condensed milk, and 1 can of evaporated milk. Cooking time is around 60 minutes. To have your own copy of the recipe, please scan the code on your screen. Thank you. Buen provecho. Did you try baking it? Please share.